What's going on, guys? So, finally talking about The Boys finale. There is a lot of people that's either happy with it or unhappy with it. So, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you watched it. That was a hell of an ending. But can I just say that some of it was kind of predictable? Can I just say that some of it was predictable? That Kimiko was going to get the same radiation blast like Soldier Boy. And was going to practice it on Sage. Sage is now human. She leaves. Everyone comes up with a plan to go after Homelander in the White House. Now, honestly, I thought it was funny how they killed the one with the ball gag. That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. And then the Deep getting his anticlimactic justice from all the sea creatures, because let's just say this, the Deep was a freaking moron. I'm just going to say that. And for Starlight to just beat the crap out of him, and then finally just seeing how he goes out, and it's just like, wow, really? And then the whole thing with Butcher going up against Homelander, which is what we wanted, and then the thing where Ryan actually shows up and does something, and it's like, really, dude? Like, you're finally going against your old man when you could have done this however long ago? You could have listened to Butcher, you could have listened to everybody, but no, you wanted to be this and that. I'm sorry, Ryan is a wasteful character. The only good thing he did was help in taking out Homelander, because Kimiko finally was able to get the courage to take, the blast and finally deal the final blow. And then Homelander being human, that was, oh my gosh, dude. That, it literally went from this whole god complex to just like a sneezing, weaseling, coward little boy. And that's pretty much what Soldier Boy saw the entirety, what Homelander really was without his powers. And Butcher laid down the beating, man. He did. He beat the living mess out of Homelander. And I think that was justified, honestly. It was finally where they all got their just desserts in a way, because Homelander deserved everything after what he's done. And then pretty much showing everyone what happened. Now, obviously, the soups are going to be all over the place. They're going to be out of control. They're still going to be good. They're still going to be bad, all over the world. And unfortunately, Butcher loses terror. He passes away. And then Ryan doesn't want nothing to do with Butcher. Butcher wants to release the virus in Vought. He doesn't, because, of course, Huey stops him. And, of course, Huey shoots him. And it's like, really, bro? The only reason why you lived is because Butcher didn't do anything more, because you remind him of his little brother. And then, again, he got what he wanted. He did die. He got buried next to his wife. They had a service for him. And Ryan goes with Eminem. He gets married to his wife again, and then Kimiko goes to France, and then we see where Huey and Annie open up, I guess, his own little audio thing, even though he gets a offer from the president to take on the super affairs yet again. But Annie ends up pregnant, still doing superhero work, which is good. Them two are not married, which made no sense. And then the other thing is, I think the most stupidest thing, and this is why I don't like Huey. Why in the hell would you give your girlfriend, your baby mama, your almost wife pretty much, and name y'all's daughter the same name of the woman that you were with and passed away? I can understand honoring, but still, that's stupid. I'm sorry, that is beyond stupid as hell. And that's how the series ends. Now, it makes me wonder, for going forward, if they do go forward, because we're getting the prequel for Vought Rising. But it makes me wonder, who is going to open up Soldier Boy to basically be like, oh yeah, hey, Homelander's dead? Because again, he didn't care. He didn't care. He's probably just going to go do his own thing if he gets released again. And we never found out if Stormfront was alive. We never found that out. I was like hoping for like a little Easter thing of like, we see just a like someone open up the cryo too for Soldier Boy, and we see just black hair, and obviously figuring out it's Claire. That would have made a lot of sense. The whole thing with Kimiko, I like the idea of her being like Soldier Boy. I thought that was cool. Annie, again, that made sense. Huey, again, to a certain degree, that made sense. But him taking out Butcher and then doing all that, it was like, really, dude, that was just kind of a cop-out in my opinion. But again, Butcher just didn't care. He was at the point of no return for, Ryan. Again, I hated Ryan. I think he was a little punk. And then with MM. I think he just pretty much got what he wanted. He just wanted his family back, and he didn't. Taking in Ryan, that kind of was like predictable, because again, Ryan had nowhere else to go. He didn't have no powers. He didn't have no meaning. So it was like, really, this kid gets a, you know, a slide after everything. And then the whole thing with Ashley going getting impeached. I'm sorry, that was hilarious. And again, the season was good to a certain degree, but it did have its off points. I'm not sure exactly what they plan on doing now with the boys as a franchise, other than with Vault Rising, and hopefully it does well. Of course, we got, Bomb Sight, we got Soldier Boy, we got Stormfront, we got a few others that's going to be returning for the Vault Rising, and I guess it is going to be a prequel to The Boys, but maybe we'll get a different spinoff from The Boys, since the Gen 5 didn't work out, or Gen V. I don't know. I didn't really watch the show. I didn't really have the interest to watch the show. Didn't seem to have a point now since the show got canceled. But The Boys, again, some people are saying this is the worst ending. Some people are saying this is the best ending, or the most sense of the ending. Again, I just want to know what's going to happen with the after effect. You know what I mean? Like, is there anyone that's going to try to put the rest of the soups in line? Is there anybody that's going to try to control the good or bad soups? Again, is Clara alive? Is Soldier Boy going to get out of the cryo tube? Is there going to be another, runner up for Homelander's seat, or the 7th seat, or the 7 absolutely destroyed now? Are they going to be rebuilt? All these different things. So I just feel like there was a lot of unanswered questions, and again, with someone that has watched this show from, the start now to finish, and wondering exactly how they're going to continue it, if they do decide to continue it, it leaves a lot of unanswered questions, but a few closed books. And if they do decide to try to return Huey, Annie, MM, or Kimiko, or whoever later on in future stories. So let me know what you guys think about The Boys final episode, final season, and also, did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did it make sense? Or was there something better they could have done with obviously the show in general? So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments, and I'll see you as always on the next one.